On the menu today, speed and dust. The co-pilots had their work cut out finding the route that led the teams high up onto a plateau. Guaranteed views followed by a steady return to civilization. To finish in style, the first edition of the Turkmen Desert Race came to a close along the beach on the coast of the Caspian Sea. The final stage in this new adventure was 234 kilometres of time staged between Gamyshlyja Plain and Hazar. The sparkling Caspian Sea was a welcome sight for the remaining teams of the first edition of the Turkmen Desert Race. After 5 days in the searing desert, a cool breeze met them on the beach at Hazar. In the T2 category, the Kazakh Kirill Chernenkov has had a great race. Today his Nissan was the fastest again, and on the finish line he couldn't quite believe it. It feels incredible to cross this line and take the victory. It was a very interesting rally with lots of sand and dunes. Even here, the last 11 kilometers were complicated. We saw at least 5 cars stuck in the soft sand. We are delighted to be here at the end of the race in Hazar. I can't quite believe it. I'm going to need some time to take it all in. Another consistent performance, this time from Thierry Pityavi, winner of the SSV category. He came in nearly an hour ahead of his nearest rival and is pretty happy to be in the history books.
We are
very, very happy because we will always be the first winners of this new race. Even though it's just in the SSV category, we are delighted. It was a first, it was a success, and it crossed the whole of Turkmenistan from east to west. What an incredible launch for the Turkmen Desert Race. The roundup of the race is great because we had so many competitors. The SSVs are here. That was my big worry, that they would have trouble and get stuck in the desert because it's so hot. But luckily, it's a dry hot. I can say it now, but my promise was to have 20 competitors here. 20! When we opened the registration, everyone said, you know, you'll probably get a lot more than that. And I said, no, it'll be difficult to have more than that. Look at the other races. Even those that are well established struggle to get competitors. But they came in their droves. And we had lots of different nationalities too. We had a really amazing truck battle between the Kamaz and the Maz. It was crazy. They were so close together. It was really impressive. Everyone loved the bivouacs. Even I was surprised, and I knew what was coming. I'm only a small cog in all of this. I must thank all our friends who work with us, because they worked so hard, and every time we asked for something, it was better than we hoped for. Next year we hope to have a slightly different course for the non-race vehicles. Because the biggest problem was for the support crews. I want to do something that means they have very little distance to travel, or at least do it how we do in Africa and have them mostly on the tarmac. My favorite memory will always be of visiting the Darwaza crater with my brother, quite late at night, and taking a photo. It was magic. In the cars and trucks category, it was high suspense and a hard-fought battle right till the end. The rankings were a bit of a surprise to this man. The Belarusians can be very proud of their team, as the Maz of Sergei Vyazovic not only took third place overall, but won the truck category. A penalty for Mardiv and his Kamaz helped this team to the top spot in Hazar.
Ну, мы вообще, в принципе, выиграли первый раз большое крупное соревнование, международную
This is the
гонку,
first
поэтому
international
мы,
victory
конечно же,
for our
волновались
team.
сегодня перед стартом
It
очень
means a
сильно
lot to us.
и рады, что без проблем добрались
We
до
are really
финиша.
pleased to be here
Но гонка была очень напряженная, у нас была
and
очень
to have
плотная
won the
борьба в
truck
защите
category.
грузовиков, и там
The race
после
was
трех
very
этапов
difficult,
мы
but it was
3
very
машины находились в
interesting
2 минутах,
because
поэтому
for the
все время
last
были в
3 days,
напряжении. Это
things have been
придавало
intense
такой
between the trucks.
адреналиновый,
We were so close to each other in the
адреналиновый такой
rankings that we
стиль
had
этой гонки.
fight
Я люблю,
right
когда
to
всё
the
очень
end
плотно,
to win it.
и разборка
Even last night we
вчера
didn't know we could win
продолжалась,
until
но
Mardiv's
после наложения
Kamaz was
штрафа,
awarded a penalty.
ребята из КамАЗ
It
Мастер,
wasn't an easy victory.
получили небольшое преимущество и удержали его.
This man gave it his all. Miroslav Zapletel of the Czech Republic finished fourth today. He left it all out there and ends the race in second place overall with more than 20 minutes over Vyazovic.
No tak jsem velice překvapený, jak to dopadlo. Bylo to pro mě úžasné, protože
We drove well
nemyslím
today.
si, že jsme měli úplně takové ambice, aby se nám podařilo
We are
dojet
very
jako tak
happy
dobře,
to have taken
ale
second
konkurence měla
place.
problémy a nám se to vyhlo, takže super.
We drove
Od
today
prvního
with
dne
no
to prostě
tactics,
šlo parádně.
just at full
Myslím, že
speed
jsme
to
vyhráli
get here
kolo,
as
to jsem
fast
byl
as
úplně
possible.
Jako, úplně v extázi trošku a pak to šlo jako tak,
It
že jsme
got
neudělali
tough
chybu
1
a
kilometre
jsme tady v
before the
cíli.
finish,
Trošku nás
when
to
we came
vystrašilo
across
tady
some really
pár
soft
metrů
sand.
před cílem, že jsme jeli podle roadbooku až k vodě.
Luckily, the Hummer ploughed through and we had a great finish.
Jako bylo to takový zdvižený prst až do konce závodu a prostě podařilo se to a jsou nesmírně šťastní.
Here is the new king of the Turkmen desert. The Spaniard Nani Roma flew through the desert, leaving his rivals well behind. Softly, softly, he ate up the miles, relying on his ever-competent co-pilot Alex Harrow. Today's second place guaranteed him the first place in the first ever Turkmen desert race.
Sí, ha ido muy bien.
Everything went well for us. We managed the first race without any problems. The first couple of days we managed to set off hard and keep a good distance from the other teams. The car ran well, Alex did a great job. It's not easy to win a race. It wasn't easy to win this one. It's a beautiful new race. We are very pleased with the car. It's important for me, for Minnie, and for the team. Driving is fun, but there are times when you struggle. But then sport at a high level is not easy. There are times when nothing goes right, times when you feel terrible and times when you are driving badly. But that's just sport. The reward is get to the finish line, and when you win, you forget all the bad times.
Quand tu gagnes des courses, ça te fait oublier tous les mauvais moments.
The final stage results look like this. A third stage victory for Harry Hunt with 2 minutes 53 seconds over Roma. Seradori is third, Zapletel fourth, ahead of Anna Mamadov. The final GC of the race is as follows. Nani Roma brings home victory far ahead of his nearest rival, Zapletel. The first truck, that of Vyazovic, is third. Anna Mamadov finishes fourth ahead of Mardiv's Kamaz. Here is today's image of the day. This is the track they most definitely did not want to miss. The descent from the high plateau to the beach finish. that's all for the first edition of the Turkmen Desert Race. What a week we have had in Central Asia. Here, as always, we leave you with the rally's best images. See you next year. Bye-bye.